Welcome to PolicyEngine training session for May. I'm Wahid, Research Associate at PolicyEngine. Uh, Today I want to talk about the progress and updates that we have for May. The first topic that I want to explain is childcare program, and then I will walk through the new report for the taxes and PolicyEngine that we have. And also I will talk about the Reform Party's tax and benefits reform proposal and the economic impact of that we are estimating, and what is the looking at plan for the future that we have for the next month, and after that we can have a Q&A session if you have any question. Okay. Yeah, the first part is childcare program. In PolicyEngine, we are modeling different type of childcare program. Tax-free childcare, we are implementing extended childcare, universal childcare, targeted and care to learn, these five main programs in the UK. And yeah, in this page, you can see that we are showing the PolicyEngine estimates of the cost of different childcare program. And also we are showing the government reports here and the relative error that we have with respect to the government target. Basically, for the childcare program, the first step is that we have some law and legislation for different type of childcare program. We implemented in our model in the PolicyEngine. Then we will do the calibration stuff, and also going through the weights of the household, the data that we have, and trying to reach the target and minimize the error with the government statistics. And after that, if, for example, you can just simply go through the PolicyEngine web app and apply different reform. The reform could be a benefit here, for example, childcare, and trying to see what is the effect of that, and trying to estimate the effect for the future year, and having, for example, 5-year impact, economic impact, budgetary impact, and seeing the distributional impact, the poverty, how does the poverty change, inequality change, and these stuff. Yeah, and also in this page, we are showing the caseloads number of children who are receiving the tax-free childcare or other programs. And also you can see the government report for 2024. We put the estimation for the 2024 and 2025. You can see the relative error with respect to government report that we have. And yeah, I invite you to just explore these programs through the PolicyEngine web app to see other effects of these benefits through the economy. Okay, I want to start with the tax-free childcare. So what is tax-free childcare? Government says that each parent needs to have an account for the childcare program, and if they spend £8, the government will add £2 to that account. But there is a cap, a yearly cap for the contribution of government is £2,000 per year, and also £4,000 for the disabled children. Yeah, here you can see that we just have an example of a household with one child, that we are showing on the x-axis is a household head employment income, and the net income is y-axis. You can see that with the TFC, we have higher net income in a range of head employment income. What I mean is that, for example, there is a cliff at the threshold of 100K income. So basically, the government says that we have a threshold, and after that threshold, the household is not eligible for receiving these kind of benefits. And yeah, here, as a result, we have a cliff at 100K income. And yeah, let's go to the distributional impact of the TFC, tax-free childcare. Here we are showing the number of children, the caseloads for the TFC in each income decile. As you can see, the higher income deciles, because when we go through the eligibility and requirements, the probability of being eligible is higher when you are in a top income decile, because we have some minimum threshold for earnings in tax-free childcare as well. So in that sense, we can see that in a high income deciles, we have higher number of eligible children who are receiving the TFC. And you can see the other distributional impact, for example, the average of change in a net income for different income decile for the household within the PolicyEngine web app. So you can just put your policy and try to make any policy that you want and see the, for example, winner, loser plots, and see what is the effect through the income deciles, like what we are showing here. This is one example of it. The second program is Extended Childcare Entitlement. So this program is about for the children aged 9 months to 2 years old. They're receiving 15 hours of free childcare per week, while for the age 3 to 4, they are receiving 30 hours per week. Again, here you can see what is the change through the household net income when the household head income employment increases. And you can see, for example, in a range of head income employment, when we imply the extended childcare, the net income of that household increases. And again, we have some cliffs here at 100K income. And yeah, I will show you one by one for different childcare program this plot, and we can compare what is the effect of that if you just consider a household with lower income amount and higher income amount. And yeah, again, here I want to show you the distributional impact of extended childcare. In a higher income decile, for example, 8th and 9th income decile, we have some increase in the number of children because those families are more with higher probability they are eligible and they can pass the requirements. So we have an increase in the number of children in these income deciles. Okay, one of the features that we are presenting in PolicyEngine is that we have a kind of local area analysis for different policies, and user can employ the policy and see what is the economic effect through each constituency, parliamentary constituency within the UK. So, for example, if we apply the extended childcare benefits, so these benefits could be a kind of policy, abolishing and then applying. And we can estimate what is the effect, what is the average effect in the net income of household in each constituency, and plotting this kind of graph to, we can compare what is the effect of that through the different areas. And you can see that by average, this benefits program, increases the net income, household net income. But note that this program is only available in the England. So we don't see any effect in the Wales and, for example, Scotland here. And Yeah, these plots that I'm showing to you is for just 2025, so you can plot them for 2026 or any year that you want. The next program is Universal Childcare. As you can see in the name, is the universal. All of the uh, 3 to 4 years old, a year olds in England, they are eligible for this free childcare. So the eligible children received up to 570 hours per week. And yeah, for this program, universal credit cannot be combined with, for example, TFC. Universal childcare cannot be combined with the tax-free childcare and universal credit. And this is why we don't have any dashed line in the middle income range. So there is no cap, and there is no threshold. I mean, 100K threshold that applied for the TFC is not applied and relevant here anymore. And yeah, let's see the local area analysis of universal childcare. And again, you can see what is the effect of change, average change for the net income household for each constituency in England. And again, this program is only available in England, so there is no effect in Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland. Let's go to the targeted childcare entitlement, program number 4. And yeah, this program, the eligible children should be only 2 years old, and there is a cap for that, 570 hours per week. I mean, uh, up to this number of hours, uh, eligible children can receive that. And there are some requirements for this program, for this entitlement. And you need to, for example, receiving to be eligible, that household needs to receive some kind of supports from government, and also there is a kind of maximum amount of income, and under that amount you are eligible, and after that you are not eligible. So you can see a kind of effect here with the dashed line when you have a lower income amount that we expected. Um, yeah, showing the distributional impact of the targeted childcare, we can see that the number of children receiving these benefits in each income decile, as we expected, in lower income deciles, we have more number of children eligible and receiving this benefit. Yeah, through our modeling, there we have two separate definitions. Some children are eligible, but they are not applying to that benefit. Okay. Basically, when we want to calibrate based on the targets, we are considering a kind of probability of applying when you are eligible for the benefits, especially in the childcare. The probability of applying when you are eligible. And we are also calibrating these take-up rates as well for each childcare program that we are implementing. And yeah, and same structure is applying here for targeted childcare. And again, you can see that for example, top income decile, they are not eligible because of the income requirements. Yeah, for the targeted, you can see that there is a kind of increase in net income, average net income for the household. For all of the England's parliamentary constituencies 2025, this program is only available for England. So again, there is no impact for Wales and Scotland. Yeah, before going to the tax system policy engine report, I just wanted to mention that we implemented the Care to Learn program as well for the childcare. And yeah, user can explore that program as well in our web interface and also our coding. Yeah, this part, I want to walk through the new report that we published, which is Taxes in PolicyEngine. Um, this policy and technical report is an overview of how taxes are modeled in PolicyEngine UK. So we are covering almost all of the uh, tax programs in the UK in our coding interface and in our code base and also interface. We just put the details in this report of existing tax in the UK tax system and also the proposed and contributed taxes. Yeah, for each taxes in reform that we are explaining, we put some links to a specific implementation in our code base and also some example of how we can apply these kind of policies in our web interface to see the distributional impact and also economic impact, poverty changes, inequality changes. Yeah, as an example, I put the table of the tax revenue estimates for 2025 fiscal year. So you can see that we put the government targets for each tax element. For example, income tax, national insurance, capital gain tax, VAT, field duty, property transaction taxes, and business rates. They are the main elements in the tax in the UK. So we put the government targets, government statistics that they are reporting, mostly through the OBR. And I also included the PolicyEngine estimates for these elements, so you can see the relative difference for each section. If you want to dive deeper into each of these taxes, I invite you to just read this report to examine the structure and how we implemented, what is the distributional impact. We covered all of this stuff in our report. You can see that in a PolicyEngine website. Okay, the next section is so as you may know, the Reform Party has a proposal for the tax and benefits reform that they wanted to include it in for the manifesto for the next election. And what is it about? This party confirmed 4 taxes and benefits policy reform for the manifesto, including first one is increasing the personal allowance to £2,000, increasing the higher rated threshold to £70,000, rising the marriage allowance maximum rates from 10% to 25%, and also the newest one is that they propose is repeal the 2-child benefit cap on universal credit and child tax credit payments. So we have a blog post on that. We just mentioned all of the effect of this policy reform that they proposed, and you can check that blog post. Here, I just put the budgetary impact for 5 years budgetary impacts for these policy reforms one by one, and also I put the total amount of that. PolicyEngine models estimates that this reform would cost 75 billion pound in 2025 fiscal years, rising to 78 billion pounds in 2029. So you can compare what is the cost of and check what is the cost of each policy reform, what is the total of that, the projection of that through the years. And also yeah, distributional impact of these kind of policies are important always. Um, we estimated that this reform benefits 82% of people in 2025 fiscal year and will increase the Gini coefficient of income inequality by less than 0.1%. And also it reduced poverty in 2025 by 8.6%. Um, Also, you can here check the relative net income changes for each decile. What is the effect of this policy for each income decile? For example, you can see that for the top income deciles, uh, we have relative changes, average relative changes for the household in that decile, for example, 6%, 4.2%, 5.3%. And for the lower income decile, we have actually this amount will be uh, decreased. In the blog post that we published for this proposal to actually estimate the effect of that, we included the distributional impact and other stuff that you can check. And also you can apply uh, this policy reform within the PolicyEngine web app to see what is the impact if you change one element in that policy, how the result change, and you can project through the years what is the impact, for example, after 5 years, what is the total over this range of over this period, and so on. Okay, looking ahead, what is our plan for the next month? Updates and advancement. Yeah, for the next month, training session, we will explain the structural reform and non-parametric simulation, and we will give you some example on how we can do that in PolicyEngine. We will also talk about the public services updates that we have, and as we discuss the tax reports here, we will discuss the benefits report as well for the next month. So save the date, and yeah, if you have any question,